everybody. Welcome back to the Bitch and Brainstorm podcast. I'm your host, Elaine the Brain Terso, and I'm here with a new friend named Brittney Johnson. She's going to be part of our Elevate Your Customer Experience Summit on July 12th. And Brittney, I cannot wait to get to know you better. So tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm Brittney Johnson. I am the owner and founder of Virtual Synergy Consulting. I'm a customer experience strategist. I am a certified operations director. Lots of hats. I have a 9-year-old son, Riley. Well, he'll be 9 actually on the 14th. So yeah, he'll turn 9. I firmly believe life begins after coffee and, several cups of these a day. I have several fur babies. I've always been a huge, huge lover of animals. And for me, I feel like every job I've ever had, anything I've ever done, has really been very customer focused. Like, I just believe that people deserve to be treated well and they should enjoy the experiences they have when they spend money. So oddly enough, before I even knew customer experience was like a field, I was doing the work. So I just really feel like it's part of my purpose.
I love that. So let me ask you, cats or dogs, what kind of fur babies do you have?
All of them. So yes, all of them. I have 4 dogs. I have a cat. I have had ferrets. I have had doves. I've had iguanas. I've had fish. I've had hamsters. Like, I love, to me, I'm really like, this is kind of woo, but I think animals, I look at them like I look at people, like they deserve to be loved and treated well too. So it's like, the only thing I discriminate against is like things that have more than 4 legs. So spiders, centipedes, they don't get the same sentiment. That's gross. And yeah, they have to go when I see them.
I feel you. I feel you on that. My husband would say it was something with no legs, like snakes. He's not down.
I just think that they need their space and I need mine.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even with the spiders though, it's like, as long as I don't you can stay. Yeah. It's once you present yourself to me and we're in the same space.
Yeah.
One of us gotta go,
my son also is not a lover of the spiders. And so it's very funny to play around with him about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about client experience specialist. So can you talk a little bit more about what does that process look like as you are working with clients? Like, what do you actually help them do in their business?
Yes. So I'm really fond of journey mapping. Like, it just, it lightens the entire playing field. Like, it shows you the whole picture. And once you know what you're dealing with, what you have available, you can plug and play at that point, especially if you are aware of your audience, like who you're serving, what their needs are, what they want, because that also matters. Like, if you can give someone what they want, fabulous, but you should absolutely do your best to give them what they need. So once you have all that, then you can like start delighting them, right? And that's the fun part, because I find that business has become very transactional, and I hate it so much. I'm like, I need humanity back in business. And that's like my whole thing is there's a human on the other end of that transaction.
Yep.
And that's who you're serving. That's who you're showing up for. That's who needs to feel seen, supported, and heard in every interaction you have with them. So for me, it's the journey mapping. Okay. I love that piece.
One of my favorite things too. I love it so much.
Yeah. Because then we can identify what you have, what maybe we need to tweak and we can reuse, what we need to scrap entirely, and what we need to create or bring into the mix. So that's the part that I love the most. And I always start with my clients with the communication piece, because I have also found that that is probably the most lacking element in the entire customer experience for most businesses.
Yeah. So if someone does not have a customer journey mapped out, can you kind of walk people through, like, what does that actually look like?
Yes. Those are fun.
I know. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. So we could geek out about it.
I know. It's absolute geeking moment. Yes, because I love to see, first of all, I love it when there's a values match, right? I love identifying other human beings that care about other human beings. I feel like we're in short supply And so it's like when you meet those other people, you're like, awesome, we're going to do such amazing things. So once you identify like what they want the journey to look like, and that's where I started, I'm like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish, right? So from the time I focus on from the time someone becomes a client, so they've paid for the service or the product, what do you want to happen next?
Yes.
And what do you want to happen? Yeah. What do you want to happen after that? Mm-hmm. And once I walk them through, usually up to the point that someone either is off for it or they're upsold into something else, or they just, whatever that end looks like for your product or service, then I'm like, okay, great. What tools do you currently have? Mm-hmm. Can we use those? Right? Mm-hmm. What procedures do you have documented? If you have any, because that's a whole nother bag.
That's a whole nother bag. Yeah.
So I usually start from what do you want to happen? Mm-hmm. And we compound from there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things. And I always say, like, if you had a magic wand, like there were no limits, like what mm-hmm. would be the next ideal thing? Like, what do you want to happen next is always the question that I'm always asking them. And a lot of times people don't know what they don't know, right? Mm-hmm. They don't know what's possible. Yeah. And so they don't know that, oh, I could automate that? Like, yeah.
Isn't it awesome when you see their eyes like do that light up
yes,
thing? Like,
my favorite thing ever. So fun. It's so fun because I'm like, yes, there's a way to add personal connection and personal attached to all that stuff, but you don't have to like start from scratch. Like we mm-hmm. can use a template and we can add custom elements to that in order to bring in that personal element, that personal touch. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, like it doesn't have to be canned. Like,
and a lot of people think that they have to like throw out everything. I'm like, who told you that? Please don't.
No. Yeah. 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 Like this is about, in my mind, it's like what's working and what's not working. And then we can figure out how do we fix it? How do we improve? What do we need to keep? What do we need to throw out altogether and just say that is not working? Let's just scrap that.
Yeah.
And then we can move forward and make a plan. But it's like, I want to help them like do that with the customer experience in mind. I want to help them build automations around the customer experience. I feel like that's pretty similar to what you do as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So everything needs to be with the customer in mind. So like that whole customer-centric idea, mm-hmm. And not making a decision based off of necessarily how you feel, but what the data is telling you. What are your customers telling you? Now let's give them that. So it's, I was talking to one of my business friends and she was like, I can ask for feedback and I find that I rarely do anything with it. And I'm like, okay. That is not uncommon. Unfortunately, people will get feedback and then just kind of hoard it. And I'm like, okay, like this has dust on it. Were you going to wipe that off and do something or, Mm-hmm. But I told her, I was like, if it's easier, just run back through where your kind of like your support requests will come in. Like if it's an email or something like that. And just look at the stuff that comes in often. Like what came in twice or 3 times. Focus on that. Fix that problem. Mm-hmm. And then you can find something else to focus on, because that'll usually reveal other issues or other gaps, we'll say, that could use improvement, and I find that helps them if they can't really yet wrap their mind around developing an entire customer experience initiative,
Yeah. Yeah. So good. So good. So what would you say is like one tip, a tool, a trick, a hack, something that people could take away from this conversation and go implement today?
I would say put like an hour, 30 minutes in your calendar, like for the next week at some point. Take 30 minutes and look at all the feedback you've gotten and pick one thing. It can be the easiest thing in the pile. In fact, I suggest you start with the easiest thing and fix that.
Yes.
And you're already doing like 90% more than most businesses.
Yeah. Yes. I think the other thing too, when you think about that, is that it's okay to ask people to say, hey, this is brand new. Let me know. I'm going to put you through this. You're going to be like my guinea pig. Let me know if it doesn't work. Like, let me know if something is broken. Let me know if something doesn't make sense. People are so willing to help you get it right.
Yeah. Especially that transparency. Like, people respect it and they appreciate it because it shows them that you value their opinion. They matter to you. Yes. I love that. Oh.
Yeah. What are your favorite tools? What do you love to talk to me about tech? What do you love to use?
Oh, I love Asana. I love Asana.
Okay.
I have grown to actually have a lot of respect and appreciation for Trello. I work in it a lot these days. Kajabi is fun. I like Kajabi. ConvertKit, we kind of have like this love-hate thing going on. Yeah, we're working through it. Those are some of my favorites. I love Slack and Boxer.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Well, I cannot wait to continue this conversation. And I love that everybody that's a part of the panel all has like something different to bring, like a different perspective, different experience, like all that kind of stuff. I am so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm terrified and excited, like all at the same time. I don't know how I'm storing it all, but it's in there.
All right. All right. Well, don't be scared. I promise. It will be really fun. And I promise it'll be engaging and it will not be scary at all because now we know each other, right?
Yes, exactly.
The next time we see each other, we won't be strangers.
No, not at all. I appreciate you. This has been great.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys at the summit on July 12th. Bye.
Bye.